So this is our review of the Core 10-person lighted tent. It's the instant cabin style, which is super easy to set up. I set it up by myself in 3 minutes. I didn't put the stakes in or the rainfly, but those things don't take too long. That's only the third time I've done it. I won't do a video of setting it up because I feel like there's plenty of those online already, and then a lot of initial reviews of it. But we went camping for 4 days a couple weeks ago, and so we're finally cleaning up, and we'll do a review of that, of what we thought. So our first complaint was this zipper is basically have to step on the door to get this up. You see it likes to hang up right there, but you get that open. We're both used to, my wife and I are used to the D-shaped doors that you see on like Coleman and most other tents. This has two zippers that meet in the corner, so we actually just didn't even use this bottom one because, again, it's hard to, I guess because this bottom edge doesn't get tight enough, so we would just step over it. You also get a small gap right here in the corner where the zippers meet. They do have like a flap right there, but you still do get a gap right about there where the corners meet. Inside it was great. Plenty of room. It's a 10 by 14, so we had a king bed. There's my son in the corner. We had a king bed right there, and it had about 18 inches, 2 feet of space on either side of the bed, which is nice. Put a little extra gear right there. Great ventilation. You see the whole top is open up. Those big windows. I liked the like built-in pockets that all the windows have. So you open that up, and then you just roll these up. A little better with two hands, but roll them up like that, and then you don't have that hanging down. Yeah, this window too. And you tuck them in, and so you don't have it draping down like that, like you get with a lot of tents. Vent right there, you can pull out from the outside. Show that. One thing that I would have liked a little more of with our bed being right here is it would have been nice if they had pockets along the bottom of these windows. Like right here, just to put like glasses, wallet, phone, something like that in. That would have been nice. This tent has a nice big window over there. Again, with that rolling pocket in the bottom. Got a little bit of gear storage right there at the top. 3 pockets across that back, or that side door right there. Another pocket right there. But that's all the storage that it has. You do have 3 hooks across the top, one at either end and one in the middle, for hanging like those little ceiling lights or ceiling fans that you can get. So a cool feature that this has is the lights. Obviously, I won't be able to see it during the day, but you just push these. 1 is high, 2 is low. That's off, and then this night mode gives it like a nice light red amber glow. So that was nice because our kids would go to bed earlier than us, and you could just have that on so you could still see when you came in the tent, and it wasn't too bright or disruptive. So you have this big side T-door over here, which again was nice for all the space, but these zippers have a tendency to get caught up on themselves. And then you can see all 3 of them don't really meet completely in this bottom corner. So it does add a small gap right there, but you're camping, so it doesn't have to be airtight. It does have a mesh down there and just acts as a little bit of a vent, and there's a spot for a pin to go, or a stake to go out right there. All of the doors and windows have these little straps to hold them open. So we'll go ahead and open this up. Let's see what that's like. Overall, we liked the tent. I think the space was definitely nice because, you know, we had my wife and my two sons, we all just slept on the same bed at the one end, and then we had our dog and most of our gear on the other end. So, tent, the side T doors. That's kind of idea you get from that. It opens up a little bit, so it would be nice if the if it was tied up here more, just to give you a little more easier in and out climbing with both of these open. But we ended up using the that, I guess we'll call it the front door, the most on our camping, just due to the keeping our stuff at this end of the tent. So that's it with the whole thing undone. But see, you don't have anything to hold this up in this corner unless you tie it really good. But then, like I said, the anchor point's down here, so you get a droopy door like that. Back, nothing fancy. One thing I did notice whenever we had our tent, we'll go back, or our bed set up, is, I guess just as we were standing on these edges, these edges up here were a little droopier so you have to like come in and kind of lean sideways to not be rubbing your head on the mesh. But that was just with our setup. Maybe, you know, your mileage will vary if you've got, you know, I think that, say 4 queen beds will fit in here. So if you've got one there, you wouldn't have that issue because you'd be walking in the middle. So a little improvement could have been something to pull up these corners or these edges, the walls from outside would have been nice. But of course, then that increases costs and stuff like that. Now, we do have some more pockets up here on the far side. Yeah, so that's really that's the inside of the tent. A little bit of the thoughts that we had. Again, super easy to set up. I think both of us had it, you know, tarp down, stakes, and rain fly on in under 10 minutes, and that was our first time setting it up. So super easy. And I'm only 5'7" and my wife's 5 foot, so not like we're tall people with big reaches. This is the vent, just how much airflow you want to come in. Yeah, so I think we decided to give it a 7 out of 10, just based on some of the things that we liked and some of the things we didn't like. I think the biggest thing was those zippers, the sides not being able to pull tight enough. On the side with the T door, you do get
Daddy,
a loop right here. You know, buddy.
You
You get a loop right here to anchor that point down, so that helps with that bottom zipper. But again, we didn't really use these doors too much because a lot of bugs out. You got battery pack for the lights up here. Zipper, a little bit of Velcro. Your battery pack comes out. Takes 4D batteries. And the lights, you can't see them, they're actually outside of the tent. These are like the light panels that it glows down through. But the lights themselves seem to be attached to the, you probably can't tell, but the pole right there that goes across. The lights are, looks like the light strip is built into that pole. And the Rainfly, which I don't have it on to show, doesn't, that was our other concern. Well, not concern, just it doesn't cover a lot of the sides of the tent. It only comes down to about here and goes across. We just had a little bit of an overnight drizzle, so we didn't get to test the water repelling or water proofness of the tent. But I don't know that that's so much of an issue since the walls, you know, come up so high for the mesh. Plenty of room to move around in there. Like I said, a wife, 2 kids, myself, and our dog, and we never felt cramped in there, which obviously only 5 of us in a 10-person tent. But great for car camping for a weekend or a week like we did. That isn't a heavy tent in the bag. I'm able to carry it with one hand. It does fit back in the bag nicely. The bag's big enough to get it in easily. It comes with a couple straps that you can tie it around the tent to hold it in place whenever it's in there. And it goes back, or you can stow it just as easily as you can put it up. I'll show that a little bit real quick. Just zip that down. Ultimately, we are going to return this tent. Wait, come on. And because we got a different, same core tent, but different model with, it's got a screen room on the front. And there it is. See, again, there's that. Which I don't have the stakes in that center part, but just having to use 2 hands or we would step on the edge of the tent a lot to hold it in place when we close something like that. Sorry, but the other tent, which we'll do a review on, has a screen room, no lights, a different door setup. But just set it, put them down, just push this little green button on each of the 6 legs. And it starts to almost put itself away. Again, this is with 2 kids and our dog. We wanted something easy to put up and put down so we can spend time with them and setting up the rest of the camp and not half an hour setting up a tent watching kids. So, and then you just fold these legs in. I don't think many people have shown videos of putting this thing away, so we'll just do that real quick. My son's over there helping. There you go. That's what it looks like down. Then you just fold these in on themselves. These middle ones will go up to the top. And the legs all just fold in like that. So, pretty easy tent to put up and set down. With 2 hands, it'd probably almost be in the bag by now. But yeah, so that's it for our little tent review. Like I said, 7 out of 10, and just a couple things that we weren't crazy about. So, got a deal on another tent, so we're gonna go ahead and try and go with that. That's all. Thanks.